I was having a great run with the Golf. No check engine lights, new timing belt, new water pump, no leaks, everything's working. But now I'm getting a battery warning. So I gotta check the alternator and the battery to see what's going on. So should I try to make it or stop off and see what's up? Oh, and I do need gas. About to pass the gas station exit. No gas station lights, so I'm gonna try and make it to the next one. I'm gambling here. As soon as I got past the exit, I mean, as soon as I got past, the gas light came on. So I should be able to make it to work, but I just thought it was quite funny. The incredible MK4 Golf can run with less than E gas. I think I'm gonna make it though. The gas station I wanna get to is just past this construction. So I'm sitting here idling with very little gas. So I made it. I just hope it starts so that I can get it to work and hopefully work on it. Battery light's still on. The car did start back up, but now the Czechoslovakia light is on. So now I have to address both issues, but hopefully they both come from the battery. My battery died at the DMV. I had to get it jumped. Now I have ABS light on, brake light on, airbag light on, check engine light, and the tachometer and the speedometer are not working. So I don't know how fast I'm going, but I gotta get back to work. So we didn't make it, man. We were a few miles from work, but I'm thinking I might need a new battery. How old is this battery? But also, the alternator might not have been charging it. So thankfully, this alternator is pretty easy to get to. And look who came to pick us up. My man Anthony in his CT5V. I've been itching to ride in this car, and I'm glad he drove it.
See, to me, that's when Acura and Honda was like in their prime.
I agree. They call that golden era Hondas.
Like between that Integra, the Acura RSX.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, you know, the CRXs and whatnot. So I got the alternator. Look how dusty this box is. It's been sitting in there a while. Let's go put it in. As I was heading back to the car, I saw this Mazda Speed Protege. I've always liked those, but I've never been in one. I'm still thinking they're pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's sad to see my beloved Golf sitting over here like this. Slalom. All right, let's see about getting it back on the road. First, I gotta release the tension on the accessory belt by grabbing this tensioner and pulling it this way, and I'm gonna pin it right in here with this little screwdriver I have. Now, if I had all my tools, I'd use an Allen wrench. It bent the screwdriver. So that allowed me to take the accessory belt off the alternator pulley, and then I was able to access the top bolt holding the alternator on. I cracked it, and then I moved on to this connector. When dadgummit, I broke the little tab. So yeah, I'll have to deal with that at some point. And then I had to take off this little cap that is on the cable that goes to the alternator. Pop it off with a screwdriver. There it is. So then I took off this nut with a 13mm socket. And I'm talking because the wind noise at this point was crazy. The highway noise, and yeah, it was a bit annoying. Moved over to the battery to remove the negative terminal. Should have done this first. What am I doing now? Taking the cable off and pushing it aside so that it's not in the way. Then I put the nut back on just in case. And that is where the lower bolt is for the alternator. And I took it off with a 13mm socket as well. Then I pulled it out, and there it is. And the top and the bottom bolt are the same, so no worries. I then backed out the top bolt, and I hit a snag. It hit the tensioner pulley. So then I put the tensioner pulley in its no tension position, and then I was able to pull it out. And the alternator, it didn't come right out straight away because it's been in there for a couple of decades. So I had to pry against it to get it moving, and finally I broke it free from the top. And then the bottom took a bit of doing, but I got it off as well. So then I pulled it out and realized there was another thing attached to the alternator. This little bracket was held in with a small nut, I don't know what size, but I did not bring all my tools, so I had to use a combination of needle nose pliers and an adjustable wrench to get it off. But once I did, I was able to pull the cable off. Again, replace the nut just in case, and I was able to pull the alternator out. So now I got the new one, and I positioned it in the same position that I took that little nut off of that little bracket before. So then I put it back on. I couldn't get the nut that was on it off, so I hand tightened the old nut on top of it. I will have to revisit that. And then I tried to position the alternator. And it went in pretty nicely. Something I did notice was that the little bushings up top were not fully touching the bracket that the alternator goes on, but as you tightened it, it pulled the bushing toward the bracket. That was nice. So I didn't tighten it all the way. I tightened the top one most of the way, and then went down to the bottom to tighten the second one, or the lower one rather. Now to reattach the cable, I used the old nut because it was bigger, but I used the new lock washer. Made it good and tight, put the connector back in, and I actually did find the little tab that broke off, put it in there, and when I put it in, it actually clicked. I don't know if that's a permanent solution, but it clicked, and I'm gonna use it for now because it's all I have. And then I put the belt back on, applied the tension, and then I was ready to jump it after I connected the negative battery terminal. All right, let's see if it behaves. I don't know why I did that. Let's try again. What is that? I got out and locked the car and unlocked it. Let's see what happens this time. All right, so I have no battery light. I still got the check engine light. Parking brake is on, but I think we're good. No warnings. So yeah, alternator seems to be the issue because I only had it plugged up to the other car for maybe a minute or two. I'm hoping the check engine light goes off because it was off before. I think my trunk's open. But anyway, I'm gonna drive to return the core and come back and pick up the van. So it sat for several hours after I replaced the alternator and drove it back to work. I'm on the way home. It does not feel like it is running as smoothly as before when the alternator went out. I don't know if it's the alternator or what, but I'll address that at some point later this weekend. As you can see, the check engine light is back on, but I am rolling